Hello and welcome to BitBoy Crypto. I am your host, BitBoy. Welcome to the channel. We're so glad to have you here. Please do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. If you do, you are a member of the Bit Squad, and as a Bit Squad member, you have the ability this month to win $150 along with 2 shirts from my merch store. You can also come join us on Telegram. The link to the Telegram group is below. We call it Bit Squad Crypto Chat. And I'm actually going to be doing a contest in there starting right at this video, running through the end of Saturday night at midnight Eastern Standard Time. All you got to do to enter the contest is enter the Telegram chat and let us know what you believe Bitcoin will be at in US dollar value at midnight next Saturday. So give us your prediction. I'm going to pick the 2 closest winners, and I'm going to send you either a shirt or a hat from my merch store. You just got to let me know which one that you want, but just come join us on Telegram and let us know. And hey, stick around for the chat. For you guys that don't know, I'm going to Litecoin Summit this week. I will be leaving on Wednesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll just be doing one video. I've got a lot of, well, maybe not. I have a lot of interviews planned for the conference. I'm probably going to release those as individual videos. I got some new camera equipment today for the Litecoin Summit. I'm going to be hanging out with a lot of your favorite YouTubers, including Crypto Love, Crypto Beatles. Really excited to meet Elio from FUD TV, who is someone who I've watched for a while, along with Miggity Miner and several other YouTubers are going to be there. Very excited to hang out and spend some time with my crypto bros. So, okay, guys, the markets today, meh. They're meh. How do you say that? Does that sound like a goat? Meh. The markets are meh. They're okay. They're not doing great. They're not doing terrible. Bitcoin's up a little bit. We are approaching back to $200 billion. We're at $198 billion on the market cap right now. Bitcoin dominance continuing to rise, 55.5%. I think that's really a reflection of people losing confidence in ETH or Ethereum, as you may know it. I think that's had an effect on the Bitcoin dominance because we've seen that number just drop continually. It has had a little bounce back over 200 today, but I honestly think we're going to see Ethereum moving down to the $175 range before it gets any better. And, you know, a lot of people think it's going to bounce back hard. I don't know if it will. We'll just have to see. If you guys are interested in watching my Ethereum video I made yesterday on what would happen if it crashed, you guys please check that out. But ultimately, I think it's going to be okay, but I don't know if it's going to be able to stay in that number 2 spot. I think it's not going to crash, it's not going to disappear, but we may be looking back in the future as the glory days of ETH have already happened. But hey, just my personal opinion, not financial advice. So biggest winners of the day, we have Decentraland, IOTA, both over 10% winners. And then we've got a lot in the 1 to 5% range. And as far as biggest losers of the day, we have MOAC is the only one that's over a 5% loss. Holo, or Holo, I don't know if it's Holo or Holo. I've heard it both ways. But I just call the coins whatever I want to call them. So I'm going to call it Holo. Holo is down almost 5% today. There was an interesting thread on Reddit. Someone is accusing basically Holo of being a big scam. And by the time it gets ready to go on its own network, then the coin is going to be useless. I don't know. You just got to be careful. You read stuff on Reddit. You got to do a little bit of research. Apparently, the guy who originally posted that has been a guy on Reddit that has said some false things before. So I don't know if that was just FUD trying to get thrown at it. But that is a project I'm probably going to do a full review on soon. I've got Zcash coming up tomorrow, and I'm probably going to do Holo when I get back from my trip. So, okay, guys, the big question of the day that I found on Reddit, the fact a Mt. Gox sell-off and Silk Road old wallet sell-off crashed the market means Bitcoin suffers from the very thing it swears to destroy, centralization. And so it brings up this question, and just ignore what it says down below because it doesn't really make sense. But the question of, is cryptocurrency centralized? And I think this is a valid question that we have to look at. We've looked at Steam before, and I believe Steam as a decentralized platform is actually centralized. And what I mean by that is it rewards the people that got in the very beginning much more than new people entering the space or entering the social media platform. And because of that, it makes it like a giant pyramid scheme. And that's not even to mention all of the bot action. And just the fact, as we'll talk about in a second, I don't really like Dan Larimer. I don't like anything he's been a part of. I think he gets way more credit than he deserves. And I think pretty much everything he's ever been a part of in crypto has been a failure, in my opinion. But that brings up the question with crypto, like, is it centralized? If we've got a decentralized platform like Steam that in a lot of ways is centralized, can we apply that to a larger scale and say, is crypto centralized? If we have people who own such a percentage of Bitcoin that they can move the market as whales are able to do and move it drastically often, then are we living in a centralized market? And I would have to say to some extent, I think that we are. Now, this does not mean that in the future this cannot change. Right now we have a very small percentage of the world that is involved in cryptocurrency, especially in the United States of America, much lower than other places in the world. As you guys know, over in America, there's big money over here and not a lot of it is getting put into crypto. So how do we fix this problem? How do we fix the fact that someone can have a wallet with $800 million worth of Bitcoin, and because of leverage trading, that's actually a much higher percentage of the market than you would think it is, they could crash the market just by moving some Bitcoins around. What we have to have is adoption. We have to have people that are able to use crypto in their everyday life. When I go out to San Francisco, I'm going to try to find some places out there that take cryptocurrency that I can spend. I can spend some crypto maybe to get a pizza or whatever it might be. Very excited to try to do that. But you know, I think this is something that we're going to be battling for a while until the adoption in the mainstream really kicks in, and I believe that it will. So right now, from a financial perspective, there are people that are able to control the market, Bitcoin and other cryptos as well, which is not good. But the future is bright for where crypto is going. And I've said this many times, guys. You can't think this is not going to be a bloody battle. We're seeing it with these banks freezing people's accounts and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. This is not going to be easy. If we thought that we were just going to come into crypto, it was going to be rainbows and sunshine. It was going to be rainbows and sunshine all the time. You're kidding yourself. This is going to be one of the bloodiest battles in history, and there will be casualties. And of course, that's not a threat on my part. I'm not threatening anybody saying I'm going to be part of that. But when I say a casualty, I mean banks are going to be casualties. There are going to be smaller players that are going to get ripped to shreds by the banks and all of the financial sector that doesn't want this revolution to happen. But the revolution will be televised or internetized. I guess that's a thing. I just created it. How about that? Internetized. It's like the new televised. But anyways, guys, I think this is something we are going to have to fight. We are going to have to battle. It's not going to be easy. If you're watching this video, then you're in crypto, then you're in probably waist deep at least, if not neck deep in crypto like I am. Then you guys see the value in what we're pushing here and what we're working for, and you just can't give up. You can't let stories or conversations like this get you down. These are more reasons for us to fight, more reasons for us to push the adoption, more reasons for us to get our friends involved or our families involved, not to tell them that they'll be rich, but to tell them that this is the future and to show them why blockchain is so revolutionary. So I wanted to share my thoughts on that with you guys. You guys let me know. Let's continue this conversation down below. Let's continue it in the Telegram group. Love to hear your thoughts. So speaking of that revolution that's coming, we have Coinbase doubled its staff in 2018 and wants to be the New York Stock Exchange of crypto. Now, this is really bullish. We just had Brian Armstrong come out, who is the CEO of Coinbase, and say that he believes that within 5 years, we're going to have 1 billion people using cryptocurrency. And now they've doubled their staff in a bear market. You know their numbers have to be down. Their users, their new users, let me say it like this, have drastically decreased month by month as Coinbase has suffered from the bear market just like everything else has. But notice that even though there's this bear market, they're not taking steps back, they're taking steps forward. And I think that is good inspiration for the rest of us that are in crypto. Very excited to see what's going to happen with Coinbase. As you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of Coinbase and a lot of stuff that they do, but I do like the encouraging news that's been coming out of it lately. Another story about Coinbase, as Robinhood prepares to go public, Coinbase CEO hints toward possible IPO. We just had Binance come out yesterday, or CZ came out yesterday and said that that's not an option for them at the moment. But, Coinbase could possibly go in that route. Coinbase really wants to be in bed with Wall Street. And, I think that's pretty obvious from a lot of things that have been said. Just like we just talked about, they want to be the New York Stock Exchange of crypto. So, I think that I'm not sure if this is good news or not, but it just shows that they're really continuing to grow, just like I talked about a second ago. Okay, let's talk about this. So this is Vincent Briatore. I've never listened to him before, Decentralized Video Network. The dude's a little crazy, but who am I to speak? So he had this video, and I'm not going to show you guys the video, but I do encourage you guys to watch it. Man, I'd love to get this guy on my podcast. He is really, the stuff that he said was really cool in this video. What's EOS going to do with $4 billion? And basically he shows snippets of a blockchain beach event where EOS representatives were there to answer questions, and they didn't really have a lot of answers. And a lot of the stuff they said didn't really make sense. And as I said before, I'm not a fan of Block One. I'm not a fan of Dan Larimer. I'm not a fan of EOS. I'm not a fan of BitShares. I'm not a fan of Steemit. I think that these are all giant failures. And I think that EOS is going to be headed for a really bad place. One of the things that one of the guys in the video said was, well, you just got this idea, this guy who's got an idea better than everybody else's, so he raised all this money. What are they doing with the money? No one could answer the question. No one could answer the question of what are they doing with $4 billion that they raised? They don't have answers for that. Probably they cashed out a lot of it in fiat. But EOS is a wreck. They don't even have a working wallet right now. Think about that. A $4 billion price. Think about how much you could do with $4 billion. If you take all of your wildest dreams and put them together and went out and bought them, you probably would not even be able to touch $100 million. This place got $4 billion and they don't even know what they're doing. I say, look, guys, this is not financial advice. You guys do what you want to do with your money. My prediction, when this next run happens, EOS will go out of the top 10, and I think it is going to utterly fail. I think it's funny, I was talking with someone about this, and we're still waiting for that one platform to fail. Like now, the kind of joke is BitConnect, right? Like everybody makes fun of BitConnect. Like, what's up, what's up, what's up? Hey, hey, hey. We got a lot of cool crypto cultural references from the BitConnect scam, but a lot of people got hurt financially. But as far as platforms go, we haven't had one of these huge platforms that people build on collapse. And when we do, it's going to become like the Band-Aid of failures. And what I mean by that is Band-Aid is a company. And over time, it became adopted as the term for the bandage. People just call it a Band-Aid, whether it's a Band-Aid or not. So in the future, I think EOS is a good pick to become the Band-Aid of crypto, where you say, oh man, that thing's going to get EOS'd when it fails. You know, that's going to be the language that people are going to use. I think it's a great possibility. Tezos is another possibility for that as well. But I don't think EOS is going to make it, and I suggest you guys go to Vincent Briatore's website. I don't know the guy. I'm not shilling him at all. I really encourage you guys, if you have questions about EOS, or as a lot of people call it EOS, I call it EOS, and I'm sticking with it. Go check out this video. It really is scary what EOS is doing, in my opinion. Last story, and I'm not going to really hit this too hard, but credit in crypto, a brief history and the future, and it's talking about peer-to-peer lending. We've looked at some of those platforms on my channel. We've looked at Salt. We've looked at Elix. We've probably mentioned a few others in the middle there. But is crypto peer-to-peer lending, does it have a future on blockchain? Are we going to start seeing some use cases for blockchain that actually people are like, it doesn't really work for that? I don't know. This article definitely brings up some good points that may be the case. But I do think that if we are shifting to an all crypto world, that I believe that we will be moving towards at least a digital currency world. It makes sense where we're going to be in the future. I mean, guys, it's 2018. Let's think about 2100, what the world is going to look like. It's going to be crazy. People are surely not going to be still trading magical pieces of metal to each other for currency down the road unless we have electromagnetic pulse and there's no electricity. But, you know, I think that if that is the way the world is going to go, where it's all digital currency, then it would make sense to have platforms like this. One of the arguments, or platforms that do serve this purpose, one of the arguments in here talks about that we just don't have enough history with crypto to be able to give like crypto credit scores and things like that. So it makes sense that these industries or in these platforms would kind of struggle right now. But let's say 5-10 years down the road, I believe there's definitely going to be a need for crypto lending. Hopefully it won't be just so people can like try to get gains and protect their gains and borrow against their crypto, because hopefully we're in a place where people are spending crypto and it's not all about hodling and getting gains 4 or 5 years down the road. But, you know, this is a very interesting read. As always, I put all of the articles down below in the video information. So if you guys want to read more about that, please go check it out. All right, guys, I got to get back to watching Sunday Night Football. That's American football for you Aussies and you other European folk and from everywhere, my Asian people, my African people, my Antarctica people, my Antarctica penguins, all of you guys, South America people. Appreciate you guys all watching the channel. We do have a wide range of people to watch, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you to the Bit Squad. Thank you to everybody that watches my videos. I try to every once in a while just let you guys know how much I appreciate you, because it's absolutely true. I would be nothing without you guys. This dream of being full-time crypto would be nothing. So appreciate everybody who watched this video and watches all of our video and supports our content. So until next time, BitBoy out.